Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to getting smart on the really interesting digital trends out there. Today, we're cutting through the noise, really, to explore a concept. It often sounds, well, almost too good to be true for anyone looking for online income. We're talking about earning profit without ever making a direct sale. Forget the usual grind, the constant pitching, chasing commissions. We're diving deep into an innovative online business model, one that promises profit just by connecting people who have urgent needs.
Yeah, and the real insult here, I think, isn't just a new way to earn. It's more about how the value chain online is, well, it's evolving. We're kind of moving beyond simple transactions. We're starting to value the connection itself. Businesses are realizing that a genuinely qualified lead, someone who's basically warm and ready to act, that's often worth way more than just a cold click. And that justifies these higher payouts we'll get into. It really positions this system as a refreshing alternative. Especially in this crowded digital space where finding legit ways to build wealth online can feel impossible sometimes.
That's a really powerful way to frame it, actually, a shift in perspective. So our mission today in this deep dive is to unpack this no-sale profit system. We'll explore exactly what this intriguing online business model is, how it claims to work for generating that online income, and how it fits into the bigger picture of passive income, lead generation strategies, all that stuff. You'll get a clear, balanced view. Hopefully that helps you figure out if this innovative approach is right for your own financial journey. Curious to learn more about this unique path to online income? Click the link in the description to read an in-depth, no-sale profit system review. Okay, so let's get into this core idea then. Earning money without actually selling anything. This no-sale profit system, it's not e-commerce, right? Not drop shipping. You're not trying to get someone to click an affiliate link to buy something. It's built on something different. Pay-per-call, affiliate marketing, that fundamentally changes how you approach generating online income.
Right, and a critical aspect to really grasp here is that fundamental shift. It's moving from a purchase to a phone call. So instead of getting paid for a completed sale, you get compensated for generating a qualified phone call to a business. And qualified is the key word there. It means the call has to hit certain benchmarks, like maybe lasting longer than 10 seconds, or originating from the right geographic area for that business. It's not just any call. It has to be valuable. The whole approach was basically designed to remove those common hurdles that beginners face with selling, to simplify the path to online profit. The core concept, pretty clear. You get paid for actions specifically. These valuable calls, not the final sale. And the system aims to get you paid, somewhere between $20 and maybe upwards of $100 for each qualified call.
Okay, that definitely sounds like a dream for anyone just tired of that typical online selling grind. But if I'm not selling, how do I, as a beginner, make sure I'm not just sending junk calls? What's the system's secret sauce for making these calls genuinely valuable to businesses? And how do I even know they are?
Yeah, good question. And this is where the idea of high intent traffic comes in. It's absolutely key. The core insight is connecting people who have an immediate, really urgent need with businesses that are ready to provide the solution. Right now, think about it like someone searching emergency plumber near me now, their pipe just burst. Or maybe pest control immediate service. They've got a problem they need solved now. They're not just browsing around. They're way down at the bottom of the funnel, probably, wallet practically in hand. That makes them super high-value prospects for businesses. And that urgency, that's what makes the calls so valuable.
Right. Okay, so an urgent need means a much higher chance it'll actually convert on the business's end, which makes the business happy to pay for that lead. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how does this really compare to traditional affiliate marketing, where you're constantly pushing for a sale, hoping someone clicks?
The differences are, well, they're pretty striking, and they really highlight a significant advantage for this pay-per-call online business model. With pay-per-call, typical payouts are often in the $40 to $90 range per qualified call. That's often significantly higher than the, say, $5 to $50 per sale you might see in traditional affiliate stuff. And what's more, the conversion rate is presented as dramatically higher, like 30–50% of calls converting to a payment for you. compared to maybe just 1–2% of clicks converting to sales in the traditional model.
Wow, okay. Those conversion numbers are striking. Huge difference. But looking at the sources we reviewed, are there any, caveats? Are those average results for everyone? Or are they maybe skewed by the top performers? What's the realistic expectation for a new user just starting out in this kind of online income area?
That's a really crucial point. We need realistic expectations here. Well, yeah, rapid results are definitely highlighted by those higher figures. They usually reflect optimized campaigns experience. So for new users, there's a learning curve. There's an initial testing phase. You should probably approach those top-end claims with a pragmatic mindset, focus on getting consistent, maybe smaller wins first, which actually raises another important point, risk. With pay-per-call, there's virtually no risk of refunds or chargebacks. Why? Because you're paid for the call itself, not a product sale that could be returned. That significantly cuts down on headaches compared to dealing with returns or unhappy customers. That's a huge pain point in e-commerce or other online sales. Campaign setup is also pitched as being simpler. You don't necessarily need complex sales funnels or video sales letters, which again makes this online income opportunity feel more accessible, especially for beginners.
You're painting a very appealing picture, I have to say. But the online world, it's rarely competition-free, is it? Where do the sources suggest the competitive minefields might be here? Is this blue ocean really endless, or are there specific niches maybe getting saturated already within this pay-per-call affiliate marketing world?
Well, it is described as a blue ocean strategy, lower competition, thousands, not millions of affiliates. But the insight for you is probably that it's not about avoiding competition altogether. That's unrealistic. It's more about shifting to a different kind of arena, where the competition isn't just about, say, SEO wars. It's more about a really hyper-targeted understanding of immediate human needs. That's the edge. The simplicity in practice is basically you run targeted ads, often on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and these ads display a unique tracking phone number right in the ad copy to prompt those calls. If the call meets those key criteria we talked about, duration, location, boom, you earn your commission. So the competitive advantage really comes from precision targeting, not just raw volume.
Okay, precision targeting. Got it. So what does all this mean for you, the listener, if you want to actually get started with this intriguing online business model? How do you put this no-sale idea into practice to generate those qualified calls and start seeing some consistent online profit? This is where understanding that targeted lead generation for online income becomes really crucial, right?
Exactly. The no-sale profit system basically leverages a very specific type of lead generation. It focuses laser sharp on those high-intent prospects we were just talking about. And the process, as it's laid out in the program, involves a few key steps to help you generate that income online.
Okay, let's walk through them. What's step one? Where does someone start if they want to dive into this pay-per-call affiliate marketing model for online income?
Step one is all about choosing a niche and finding a unique angle within it. You focus on those evergreen industries, businesses that always need new customers. Things like insurance, finance, health, home services. Pest control is a big one. The program really emphasizes these value-first ad concepts, like an ad saying save 500 years on car insurance. That directly hits a consumer's financial need, right? So it's not just picking an industry randomly. It's about identifying an urgent pain point that your ads can speak to immediately.
Okay, identify the urgent need, pick the niche, got it. Then how do you actually get the phones ringing? How do you start generating those online leads?
Right, that brings us to step two, creating ads that actually convert. You'd likely use AI-powered tools and templates, which the system apparently provides, to design fairly basic image ads for platforms like Facebook, Instagram, maybe Google Ads, YouTube. But the real trick here, the critical part, is making sure that unique tracking phone number is front and center, right there in the ad copy. It needs to basically scream, "Call me now." Now, this really streamlines the whole lead generation process. It goes straight from seeing the ad to making the call.
And once those calls start coming in, how do you, as the affiliate, know you're actually getting credit, getting paid for your efforts? How's that online profit tracked?
Good point. That's step three. Calls are routed and tracked meticulously. That unique phone number assigned to you ensures all the incoming calls get monitored properly. There's call monitoring software involved that tracks the vital stuff, call duration, the caller's location, call quality. It provides detailed analytics so you have transparency and accuracy in your online earnings. You get clear data on what's working and what's not.
So the call happens, it gets verified as qualified, and then you see the profit.
Correct. Step four is where you actually receive payment for those qualified calls. Commissions, typically in that $20 to $50 range per qualified call, are usually paid out weekly, often via direct deposit. And again, that's for calls meeting those specific requirements like lasting 10 seconds or more, coming from the right geographic area. It's a crucial distinction. You get paid for the action, the qualified call, not whether the business ultimately makes a sale from it.
This sounds incredibly targeted. How does it fit into traditional lead generation principles for people maybe familiar with marketing funnels?
Yeah, it connects directly to the bottom of the funnel, or BOFU concept in lead generation. Someone calling about an emergency plumber, that's a super high intent prospect. They're basically a sales qualified lead or sequel ready for direct engagement. The ad acts as a direct call to action. It bypasses a lot of that top of funnel, TOFU stuff, the awareness building you usually need. It's all about immediately fulfilling an urgent need and delivering valuable online leads, which makes it incredibly efficient.
Want to really understand the nuances of this no-sale approach to online income and how it actually works in practice. Click the link in the description to read an in-depth no-sale profit system review.
Okay, so the idea of a no-sale profit system. It sounds incredibly appealing, especially, compared to the constant selling grind in many online ventures. But how does it truly stack up against other passive income ideas out there? And what are the real practical considerations for you if you're looking for sustainable online income?
That raises a really important question. What's the actual commitment involved here? Because passive income is the dream goal, right? But many paths require significant upfront work or ongoing management or both. So if we look at the broader landscape of passive income generation, this pay-per-call model offers a pretty unique mix of benefits and trade-offs, especially compared to things like, say, real estate or creating digital products.
Okay, let's compare it then. How does it stand against something like real estate, which, many people see as the ultimate path to building long-term generational wealth?
Right, real estate can build that kind of wealth, absolutely. But think about the downsides. The illiquidity, the huge capital demands up front. You can't just turn off a rental property if the market tanks, right? Or easily scale up without massive amounts of capital. It's a tangible asset, sure, but its pace is often slow. Pay-per-call, even though it's digital, offers a different kind of liquidity and flexibility. You can pivot niches much faster, adjust your ad spend daily, you can even shut down underperforming campaigns almost instantly. It's definitely a trade-off. Tangible assets versus digital agility in generating your online income.
Interesting contrast. And what about traditional investments, like stocks or bonds? A lot of people look there for passive returns, especially things like dividend stocks or index funds.
Sure, investments like bonds, dividend stocks, index funds, they can definitely offer predictable income sometimes or capital gains, but they're tied to market performance, which you don't control. And technically, the IRS usually considers that portfolio income, not strictly passive income from a business activity for tax purposes. You're still making decisions buy, sell, hold. The passivity is more about not actively running a day-to-day business. For true passive income from a business, according to the IRS, there are different criteria, like material participation rules.
And then there are digital products, things like online courses, apps. Those can be really lucrative if you hit it right. How does the no-sale profit system compare there, especially thinking about the effort involved?
Digital products, yeah, they often require a huge initial creation effort, just building the thing.
Yeah.
And then you need constant updates, ongoing marketing, and really competitive markets to get those scalable passive sales. It's a lot of work upfront and ongoing. The pay-per-call model, on the other hand, it requires initial ad spend, yes, and consistent monitoring, but it significantly minimizes that direct customer interaction. And you don't have to create a product from scratch. That can be a massive draw for new online entrepreneurs, someone looking for a simpler online business model that's purely focused on lead generation.
You mentioned the IRSF definition of passive income earlier. How does this no-sale system fit into that, especially given that you do need to actively manage ads, at least to some degree?
Yeah, it's a nuanced point, but important if you're thinking about tax implications for your online earnings. The Internal Revenue Service, they have specific definitions. Generally, passive income includes things like net rental income or income from a business where you don't materially participate, which usually means like less than 100 to 500 hours dedicated per year or not doing substantially all the work yourself. So while this no-sale system aims for minimal involvement after setup, any active ongoing management of ad campaigns could potentially affect that classification. It's definitely something to be aware of and maybe talk to a tax pro about if you're seriously considering this as a form of passive income.
Okay, so bearing all that in mind, what are the big advantages of this no-sale profit system that really make it stand out for someone looking to get started in an online business?
Well, based on the sources we looked at, the key advantages that get highlighted repeatedly are no direct selling involved, no customer service headaches, no handling refunds. That alone simplifies a business immensely. It's also presented as beginner-friendly, with step-by-step training, AI tools, even done-for-you templates, apparently. They also claim high ad approval rates, mainly because you're working with reputable, established businesses. High scalability is another big one, the idea being you just increase ad budgets for campaigns that are already working. And there's even potential to integrate it with SEO for longer-term, maybe free traffic down the line. offering a more diverse approach to online lead generation.
Those advantages definitely stand out, especially that no customer service part. I can see the appeal, but
Yeah.
thinking about the sources, does that lack of direct interaction ever become a downside for the affiliate? Like maybe in terms of building long-term relationships or diversifying income streams beyond just getting paid for the calls?
That's a really perceptive question. And yeah, while the lack of direct interaction simplifies things massively, it does mean your primary relationship is with the ad platforms and the tracking systems, not really with the end user, the person calling. So that might limit opportunities for, say, building a personal brand around your work, or maybe cross-selling other related products or services like a traditional e-commerce business might. Your diversification really comes more from expanding into new niches and launching more campaigns, rather than deepening those customer relationships. Which kind of leads us nicely into the potential drawbacks, the realistic side. While it sounds appealing, reviews definitely point to some crucial considerations for anyone looking at this path to online income. First, and this is a big one, it requires an advertising budget. You need money to make money here. A minimum of, say, $15, $25 per day is often mentioned just for ads to get started, with maybe $100, $200 per day advised for proper testing. And it's not just about having the money, it's about risk management, right? Unlike, say, writing blog posts, you're actively investing here.
Every ad campaign is like a mini experiment with your cash. So understanding campaign optimization, budgeting, that's not just a learning curve. It's really the core skill separating profit from loss in this model. This is definitely not a free method for generating online profit. And second, it's not truly set it and forget it. Reviews suggest you should expect to dedicate maybe 1-2 hours daily for implementation and monitoring, plus attending the initial training.
Right. So definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme, despite the kind of hype you sometimes hear about online income systems. That daily time commitment, that's pretty significant for something often marketed under the passive umbrella.
Exactly. And while rapid results are possible for some people, consistent high income, like those figures you see, $1,000, $5,000 plus daily, those are often marketing claims, right? Not guaranteed outcomes for every beginner. It takes real effort, learning, optimization. I remember seeing one user testimonial, I think it was in the sources, talking about starting with just $20 a day, promoting emergency locksmiths. And within a week, they'd apparently covered their ad spend and actually seen their first profit, which is a great testament to targeting those immediate, almost frantic needs. But that kind of success isn't universal, especially not without dedication and learning the ropes. There's also that learning curve for newcomers. You have to actually follow the program's instructions. And some users did express frustration that maybe the full details of the methods aren't revealed right up front, that you need to sign up to get the complete blueprint. Finally, while there's usually a 30-day money-back guarantee mentioned, it often has conditions, and some complaints popped up about delays or maybe confusion in the refund process, or with customer support communication. So things to be aware of.
Okay, so putting it all together, what does this really mean for you, the listener? The learner interested in generating online income, exploring different online business models. The no-sale profit system definitely presents an intriguing, maybe unique alternative to those traditional online ventures, especially if the whole idea of constant selling just fills you with dread. It clearly tries to address a lot of the common frustrations people have with e-commerce or typical affiliate marketing. .b focusing instead on being a kind of strategic connector, cashing in on that growing field of online lead generation.
Yeah, and if we connect this back to the bigger picture, it really reflects a growing trend in the digital economy, doesn't it? It's the immense value being placed on connection and effective lead generation, even when there isn't a direct sale happening at that exact moment. Which raises, I think, an important question for you to consider as you think about your own path. As the whole landscape of online work continues to evolve, are you going to primarily be a seller, focusing on products and services? Or will you position yourself as more of a strategic connector, someone who profits by efficiently fulfilling those immediate needs and generating really valuable online leads? The future, well, it might just belong to the connectors. It's something to think about.
Ready to explore whether this potentially game-changing online income system is the right fit for your financial goals? Click the link in the description to read an in-depth no-sale profit system review.